They found some 20 million year old spider that was stuck in, I guess, some kind of a tree resin where, like a sap, for 20 million years. They found droplets of blood in there.
Oh, that's cool. That's Jurassic Park time.
It is, except for what could we make out of it? A spider? Who gives a fuck? We already got spiders. I'm not going to sit around and clone something we already have.
Still, just to see if we can get the 20 million year old clone.
Oh, it's 20 years old if you believe in the Bible. Everyone else believes it's 20 million years. Sorry, Earl, I didn't mean it in a bad way, but I know the world's 6,000 years old, right?
Yes.
Do you really believe that's all it is?
Yes.
You don't even believe in dinosaurs?
I never really got into this whole notion of, us on all fours like a freaking ape or anything
No,
like that.
what I asked you is, do you believe in dinosaurs?
I was never really into it, no.
So when you go to the Natural Museum, where did those bones come from?
Well, I mean, just conceptually in my head, I can see like one of those things walking around like the streets of New York City. But
So you're saying that there were men and dinosaurs together like the Flintstones?
it's conceivable, yeah.
No, it's not conceivable. Scientifically, we've worked out. One, we have been around 1 million years, not 6,000 years, and some form of man. And the dinosaurs were millions of years before that.
When they check the fossils.
You don't believe in science at all?
No, I firmly believe in science, but there's just...
Except for the dinosaur part.
No, but...
If we were here together, I
believe-
can't imagine that we would have won.
I can't believe that anyone could walk around here and go, I can't really picture there being a dinosaur, but if there was, that was like that Raquel Welch movie where there was dinosaurs and people.
Again, I just can't conceptually see it in my head. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I just can't even put like a mental picture in my head of dinosaurs walking around.
Why not?
New York City.
The buildings weren't here then.
You've seen elephants, right?
No, I understand.
Fucking bigger.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying I just can't put the picture in my head. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
You're saying, but you can picture an ark with a guy loading just every goddamn animal on there, 2 of them. You can picture that easily.
Not dinosaurs.
How big was that ark?
It had to be huge.
No shit, it had to be big. It had to be the size of Utah, and then still packed. Still fucking ass to ass, shoulder to shoulder, packed in there.
If the llamas could just give me some elbow room.
And he's just sitting there checking things off. Do they get Gila monsters? I need 2 Gila monsters. Come on, work with me here. Just craziness. Just craziness. Tresser, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys? I
Cool,
just
buddy.
wanted to remind Fezzy there that when he's watching TV late at night and he sees those composite sketches, when he goes to sleep, those guys are actually underneath his bed waiting to grab him.
Is that what you're worried about, Fez?
No, I am not worried that they actually are under my
they're,
bed.
They're right there waiting for you.
This is my team. I got Earl with no imagination, where he can't even imagine a dinosaur, even though...
A what?
You've been to the Museum of History, right?
Far too many times.
You've
yes.
seen the giant dinosaur bones.
Yes, I mean, but all I'm saying is that I'm not saying that they didn't exist.
I got one that can't imagine that. The other one imagines way too much. Fez thinks there's a dinosaur under his bed at night.
That's what's bumping around.
Like Dino from the Flintstones.
Hey, David, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, it's obvious that they've never carbon dated a human that's as old as a dinosaur bone. And, even if they had, they still wouldn't have thought Harry was funny, punching out.
Wow, yeah. Even the old dinosaurs wouldn't have went for him.
Get him in while you can.
Earl, is this because you don't want anything in the Bible to be wrong? Is that why you have to say there's no dinosaurs?
No, I'm not saying that there wasn't any dinosaurs. I'm just saying I can't even put like the mental picture in my head of dinosaurs. I mean, I would have to completely remove.
Did you see Jurassic Park?
Yes, I saw Jurassic Park, but again,
did that help?
Yes, that helped a lot, but I don't know. I just could never have that mental picture of dinosaurs roaming the earth. I just can't have that picture in my head.
Just can't conceive it. The very idea of it.
Here is Danny. Danny, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Fez, you were saying kids in the Halloween masks scare you?
Yeah.
If it's an adult-size Halloween mask, yes. If the mask is too big for their face.
Oh, well, the good news is you don't have to worry about that this year.
Why is that?
October 23rd.
Oh, the death dream. The death
Good
dream
luck,
that
bro.
haunts me.
Here's Eddie. Eddie, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, usually when Christians say that the earth was created in 7 days, it could mean that, that's 7 God days, right? So it could mean that to us, each day is 1,000,000 years. Meaning that the dinosaurs, when God created the animals, the dinosaurs could have been there for 1,000,000 years before we even came along.
Earl, does that help you that God didn't know how long a day is?
Well, I'm saying
He should have invented the clock first.
If I was there, I'm going to Harry. This has not been a day. It's like 1,000,000 years.
I just mean
This has been the longest week. Ugh.
I mean, the day to
When are we
God
getting
could
out of
be-
here?
Oh, Fez, these energy bars of yours look hideous.
What's it look like?
It looked like it
Oh.
dropped out of a hamster's ass.
Oh, God, does that look like bird poop? Like one of the ingredients is hamster shavings or something.
Hey, Paul, you're on Ron Fez.
Paul, what you got, buddy?
I just wanted to make fun of Fezzy for the little Halloween mask.
He does
really
get...
he's got-
Fezzy has a lot of phobias, OCDs, weirdness.
Yeah, there's just things that I don't like to the point of being physically bothered by them.
Yeah, he scares easily. He's a tender man, if you will. Tim, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, I got something for Earl. What's 1 plus 1, Earl?
2.
Okay. If 1
He's so
plus
mad
1
to say
equals 2, there is no God.
What?
Okay? Yeah. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, that means mathematics. If you believe in mathematics, then that means that you must believe in science. Science uses mathematics. Science uses logic. Science uses all these things that we use today in everyday life to get all of the research and everything that we've done for science. So if 1 plus 1 equals 2, then the
Tim,
Bible's
that's the
pretty much
nuttiest
crap.
thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no way to believe that God wouldn't use physics himself. Of course he would. Here's Out of Control. Out of Control, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, evolution is happening as we speak. Y'all made a comment the other day about apes.
Hold on,
using tools.
Fez, I just found some gills right behind your ears.
Yeah,
I'm going for a swim.
evolution is happening every day.
Is this your crazy professor character you're calling in with?
No, I'm from Alabama. I'm first-time caller.
All right, go ahead and make your point. How's it happening every day?
Well, y'all made the comment about apes using tools out here, and y'all worried about the apes progressing and possibly robots and everything. People are getting smarter every day, and, animals are progressing through life there, adapting and overcoming their environment.
Yeah, it's all working out. Thanks. And yet we still get calls like that.
Yeah,
Even though we're progressing, that's the calls we're getting.
Evolution's happening every day in Alabama. That should be on the license plates.
Here is something that's going to scare the hell out of you, Fez. The Japanese, of course, now they've made a robot chimpanzee. So it's bad enough that I'm afraid of apes getting stronger like Planet of the Apes, and I'm afraid of robots. They got to put the two fuckers together and some kind of a super ape robot that's going to take over the years.
The terror robot. Look at that thing. It looks just like a chimp. We'll never know.
George, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, there's a verse in the Bible in the New Testament that says a second on earth is like 1,000 years in heaven, and a second heaven is like 1,000 years on earth. So
Same thing.
Earl should believe in evolution because it's possible. The Bible says so.
Well, you wouldn't believe in it because the Bible says so. Believe in science because the Bible says so.
No, I believe in this. I believe in like the combination of the two, like religion working with science, like faith working with science equals the result.
Stem cells.
Don't you believe that children are our future?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Brent, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to point out, like, whenever you went to Bible school, you'd always see the pictures of Noah and the Ark, and, like, you'd see, like, 2 elephants and 2 giraffes and 2, like,
sticking
whatever.
their heads out of windows and just all happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you think about it, you'd have to see, like, 4 elephants because you need to see, like, the African elephant and, like, the Asian elephant.
Yeah, exactly. It would be the Indian. It would go on and on.
Then you'd have to, like, think of, like, all the dogs are in the world and, like,
right.
the cats and
just
all that.
You know how many different species of beetles alone that you have?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So it just goes on and on.
You do not want to sit in the bug section of the Ark.
Steve, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, that idiot, that Okie from Muskogee who was saying 2 plus 2 means that there's no God, that's stupid. Even Einstein said that God doesn't play dice with the universe. I at least want to give Earl a little support.
Oh, I agree 100%. To say you believe in science, so that means that you have no belief in God, that's crazy talk. Yeah. I mean, to me, any scientist, at the very least, if he's a real scientist, he should be only agnostic, not an atheist. Because I don't think you have enough information yet to be an atheist. You got to wait till all the information's on. And what were we doing around here 150 years ago? Putting fucking leeches on each other's asses. It's not like we really are doing so well for ourselves that we're smart. Todd, you're on Ron Fez.
Todd, what you got, buddy?
I believe that you can be a Christian and be a scientist all at the same time. You just can reconcile one with the other. Like the Big Bang, I accept that the universe was created with a Big Bang, but let's say G means God set off the Big Bang. Is there a problem with that happening? People think that you can be one, but you have to exclude the other. But how come you can't be a good scientific person and be a Christian as well?
I think Earl's trying to reconcile the two. He just can't find room for it for the dinosaurs inside it.
That's his problem. His problem right now is he thinks that the Earth's only 6,000 years old or whatever it says.
And flat.
Well, that's asinine. Some people just need to move on.
All right, move on, Earl.
To another planet?
You're no longer welcome here on Earth. Move on.
Where am I going, to Mars?
All right, Bobby now has on a Ron Effects XM shirt. Bobby, make sure you pay for those. Those things are not for the interns. You always know the interns because they will wear the shirts and put the bumper stickers on. They're the only ones in the company that do it.
They love to fly the colors.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm on the inside.
Hey, Mike, you're on Ron Fez. Mikey, how you doing, buddy? Mikey.
Hey, yeah.
Go ahead,
Right.
Mike.
Hey, nobody's making the distinction between the two separate kinds of evolution. There's microevolution and macroevolution. Microevolution can be proven in a lab. Macroevolution is like going from like a lizard to a bird, which is a theory. It's not actually a proof.
Right. Now, the macroevolution is also the evolution of macaroni. And pasta, throughout the years, Fezzi has taken so many different shapes.
Earl likes the macro cheese.
Here is John. John, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for Earl here.
Yeah.
I want to know what they fed the animals on Noah's Ark and what they did to keep the meat-eating animals from eating all the other animals.
Well, see, in some cases, like with bunnies, he took 150, figuring at the very least he'd end up with 2.
Yeah.
He didn't need a lot of tigers, but he needed a lot of hedgehogs, some of the smaller stuff.
Some of the things that feed the snakes.
Yeah.
Seems like there'd be a lot of shit around there, too.
That would sink the boat.
Yeah, they did that. I think that they all hung their asses off the ark.
Well, the Bible never goes into specifics on what happened on the ark.
But see, that's the kind of questions I would ask when I was little. Where do they shit? Did they eat each other?
Yeah, there's certain mysteries of the Bible that have never been revealed.
The mystery of the ark shit. That's how they built Ararat.
Excuse me, Father. Where did they do all that shitting on that ark? Some kind of a special toilet? Mystical toilet?
Some things God didn't intend us to know.
How big was that ark? I would just like to see how big that the ark would have to be.
No, and wasn't it also a very specific area where Noah was in? So it didn't have. Well, obviously,
so it didn't flood the whole world.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't
just
carry
flooded
the
a valley. So he just grabbed his dogs and a rabbit, and that's the whole fucking story. That's not exactly so impressive as seeing one of these guys in New Orleans pushing his dog down the fucking thing in a rowboat. It's not the story I got sold as a kid. I hate when people they flip it around to make their faith work that easy for them. Well, really, it's not the whole world.
But there's all. But you kind of proved my point in regards to faith. Again, I believe in like faith working with the technology at hand.
Right. Our technology.
To get our technology. To get whatever result you're trying to get.
Sure.
Like if you have cancer, you believe you're going to get better.
But then you also get chemotherapy.
Yeah, you get chemotherapy or you take whatever medications you have. You're working the two together.
Hedge. You're basically boxing. You fucking bet right there. You're boxing the thing. I understand. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, like what was his name? Lance Armstrong. He said he kind of combined the two.
Sure. Believe me, you're going to be one of those. You got cancer. You're one of those guys taking a coffee enema. Whatever it takes, I'm going to try it.
I get cancer. I'm bike riding.
You're putting stones on yourself. Whatever it takes.
Doing
Now, here's the other thing. If it did rain all over the world, right?
Right.
And it's so deep that you don't even see the top of the trees. It's fucking deep as hell.
True.
Right?
Yes.
Where does that go when it evaporates? If you have all that water, what happens when it evaporates? Wouldn't it just go up in the clouds and come right back down again?
It would have to. If it evaporated, went into the atmosphere.
Right. Where would that water go?
It couldn't stay there.
Right.
Then we get hit with an asteroid that splashes some water off of the planet.
That can't happen. You can't splash things off because of the gravity.
Right.
Well, various theologians would say, God can do anything, so maybe he just made it go.
If God could do anything, why didn't he make evolution? If that's going to be the fucking thing. God can do anything, so he probably did evolution. I think if you were a little more liberal with the science thing, that people would buy into the Bible more. But when you say, here's the solid fact, it fucks people up.
I think you got to look at the bigger picture with the Bible, though.
What's the bigger picture?
Love thy neighbor, love one another.
So you pick and choose, cherry pick. I understand. I do that.
I'm not saying cherry pick.
I'm cherry
saying
pick.
the overall
I'm like
theme.
I'm like
the overall theme is.
Who's loved more neighbors than me, Earl? Please.
You have
more neighbors, and even some on some other blocks.
Ron, you're the king of love, baby.
What could I say? And I'm not going to listen to every age thing that they set up for me. I'm not going to listen to the limits man sets up. I go by God. Here's Teabagger. You're on Ron Fez. How are you, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, you're talking about the robot ape. I got the perfect name.
Yeah.
It's called a rape. The only thing about it is they made it black just like it usually is.
Oh, from Florida. He's from Florida, Earl.
There we go.
We don't know our ass from a hole in the ground. We're redneck. We're redneck. We're keeping the niggers down.
John, you're on Ron Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good.
Good, man.
Hey, I just wanted to say I got your black Earl.
Right here?
The scientists, they dig up the rocks and they judge the rocks by the age of the fossils that they find by the rocks.
Right.
And then they age the fossils by the age of the rocks that they find by the fossils. So,
how old's your head?
Earl, do you believe in the fossils at all? Or is
No.
that another thing you can't grasp?
No, I can totally grasp that.
But
no, God created man, and that's how we're here.
Amen.
he made us out of clay. Clay Aiken. Let's take a break. We come back. We'll do some movies. All right, buddies. It's the Ron Fez show. It's Ron Fezzy, our buddy Earl. I know some people get turned off when we do Bible talk, but right now, Noah's Ark, where did the shit go, is the most interesting thing that I've heard in some time. And unlike you people, I'll be tossing and turning later this week. Wonder where the shit went.
That would have to be a non-stop bucket brigade of people pouring shit overboard from every animal.
How many people did he have on there? It was just him and his kids, right?
It was him, his wife, his kids, and their wives. So 8 altogether.
What about his wife's parents? Would you get on if you found out? If you were an in-law and you're like, wow, it's going to rain, I'll call my parents. Not so fast. It's all about Noah and the people he knows.
Apparently they were evil and didn't make it on board, the in-laws.
What happened when they restarted? Incest between the kids?
Yeah.
Ugh. That's the thing about Noah's family. Too much incest, too much shit. The elephant shit alone must have just been phenomenal amounts.
The Love Boat.
And if I was a bird, I'd go like this. Why should I fucking sit on here? I'm just going to fly. Because there was birds on there too, right?
Yeah, he had to send out like a dove, I think it was. He kept sending a dove out to find out if there was land or not.
What about an eagle? Why wouldn't he send that out? Why just a dove? Why not send out every bird you had?
Keep looking. Don't come back till you find something.
I thought I saw land, but it was just floating elephant shit. That's all.
That's where the water went. The shit absorbed it.
No, I can't tell you how much shit is out here. It's amazing right now.
Send out a duck. Something that could swim in the water until it could come back.
Like a loon.
Yeah. Nice seagull or something.
I mean, you got to find your way back, too, Fez. You got to find your way back. You can't fly too far, right?
No.
Because that thing's constantly going places. And what did Noah eat when he was out there? What did all the animals eat? I mean, the vegetation alone he would have had to pack on that thing. All right, Earl, admit it. The story's not true. Or I like your story. A small rain and a guy with a rowboat. And no one shit anywhere. That's it.
And a dog with mange.
I just, there's a part of me that just says, you know what, never
question.
Never question, yeah.
Like the Nazis. They never questioned your orders. They just went along. You're right.
I'm not a Nazi.
Here's Poland.
Hey,
but shouldn't we? No questions.
Wait a minute. Black Nazis on skates would be the greatest movie of all time. Write that down, Fez. We're going to produce it.
Got it. I'll bring it up in the wiki meeting.
And by we, I mean you're going to do all the work, everything that needs to be done, and I'll just have the broad ideas.
How many pairs of skates am I going to need?